Welcome to the SuperAIQ Show. Today on the SuperAIQ Show, breakthrough AI cardiac simulation engine. The FDA has just approved an AI heart simulator. Is this the future of cardiology? The FDA has granted breakthrough device designation to Corretio's Cardiac Performance Simulation Engine, CPSE, an AI platform that simulates heart function to guide clinical decisions. This is a landmark moment for AI and cardiology, showing regulators are ready to fast-track AI tools that can genuinely save lives at the point of care. Now let's get into it. Medical headlines are currently moving at a blistering pace, from new CRISPR platforms that refine how we edit blood stem cells to landmark results in pancreatic cancer. It is easy to assume that every field of medicine has already reached this level of high-tech precision. Yet, in cardiology, the most vital organ in the body is often still treated using relatively broad tools. Standard EKGs and traditional imaging provide structural snapshots, but they offer little insight into how a heart will respond to a specific intervention over time. The current limitation is one of data interpretation. Because cardiologists cannot see the future of a patient's unique anatomy, they must rely on population averages, extrapolating data from thousands of other people to decide which treatment might work for the individual in front of them. This creates a recurring clinical challenge. Every human heart is structurally and electrically unique. A medication that stabilizes one person's rhythm might be ineffective or even detrimental for another, simply because of how their specific pathways are wired. This means that until a doctor can see how a treatment interacts with a specific patient's biology before it is administered, cardiac care involves a necessary degree of cautious observation and adjustment. We are now seeing a move toward a more tailored approach. The FDA recently granted breakthrough device designation to Corretio's Cardiac Performance Simulation Engine, or CPSE. This designation is a specific regulatory path. It is reserved for medical devices that demonstrate the potential to provide more effective treatment for life-threatening conditions, signaling that regulators see a clear clinical need for this technology at the point of care. With this approval, cardiology begins to move away from general statistical models and toward a framework of personalized clinical logic. The CPSE changes the data source. Instead of relying on a static two-dimensional scan to guide a procedure, the system uses a patient's imaging data to build a dynamic digital twin of their actual heart. The engine integrates the patient's unique electrical patterns and physical dimensions. This ensures the digital model behaves and pumps with the same specific characteristics as the real organ. This creates a safe environment for clinical testing. A cardiologist can virtually apply a medication or a surgical plan to the simulation first. If the heart stutters or shows a dangerous electrical response, the doctor sees it on the screen immediately. Because this reaction happens in the simulation rather than the patient, the doctor can safely pivot. They can adjust the dosage or the surgical approach in the software until the digital heart shows a steady, healthy rhythm. By identifying these risks in a virtual space, the technology allows for a clinical strategy that is pre-validated for the patient's specific anatomy. For medical professionals, the main barrier to adopting AI has been reliability. And in high-stakes medicine, there is no room for hallucinations, those moments where an AI generates convincing but entirely false information. However, research is now directly addressing this. Scientists at Binghamton University have developed new methods to significantly reduce these hallucinations, focusing on keeping AI models strictly tethered to verified data. When these reliability frameworks are applied to diagnostic engines like the CPSE, it ensures the simulation remains a faithful representation of biology rather than an AI-generated approximation. This combination of precise biological modeling and improved AI accuracy is what provided the evidence needed for the FDA to fast-track the technology. For a patient, the impact of this technology eventually moves from the research lab into the quiet routine of daily life. It means that the care they receive is no longer a best fit based on national demographic averages or general age brackets. Instead, a physician's long-term management of a patient's condition is guided by data from that patient's own digital cardiac simulation, allowing for adjustments that are tailored to how their heart actually functions. This shifts the focus of care toward a protocol that is calibrated to the individual's unique biology potentially leading to more stable outcomes over time. Historically, cardiology has often been reactive. Doctors monitor a patient and wait for physical symptoms or changes in imaging before they can justify an aggressive intervention. The predictive model aims to change that timeline. As this chart shows, traditional care often involves responding to a heart event after it occurs. In the predictive path, the simulation can forecast potential complications, allowing a doctor to intercept the decline with preemptive treatment. The objective is to prevent physical cardiovascular damage from occurring in the first place rather than managing the heart after it has been stressed or injured. By utilizing individualized simulation, cardiology is moving toward a future where we no longer have to wait for the heart to fail to know how to save it. Well, that's all the time we have today. If you enjoyed today's show, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to read the full article, please see the link to it in the comments. Thank you for watching. See you next time for our daily episodes of the SuperAIQ Show.